Hello everyone, it's Lauren here on the Shade Drops. I am back for another video. Little new, not format, but kind of video. I am doing a show review this time. So far I've only done movie reviews. Also, tomorrow I'll do a reaction video to an episode of the show as it was requested to me on Blue Sky. But here I am going to talk a little bit about Vince Gilligan's new project, Pluribus, starring Rhea Seehorn as the lead role of Carol Sturka. Alright, so how to describe this? I'm gonna try to not really do any spoilers. There are gonna be a few tiny ones, but nothing big, in case you haven't seen the show and you're watching this review to like get a little idea of what it's about. So there are gonna be some spoilers about the first episode though. So basically, there is this kind of, we don't know for sure yet, but kind of alien virus that makes most of the world become one, like there are all the bodies but one mind, kind of, yeah, hive mind controlling all of these bodies except for those of 12 people, one of them being our lead character, Carol Sturka, and there are 11 or 12 other people who were not infected, let's say. And Carol is pretty much against this kind of hive mind. She wants people to have their own individualities and personality, not one personality for literally everyone, and she wants to change stuff. So she talks with some of the other, let's say, I'm gonna say survivors, they're just not infected, not survivors, but I think that's a word I'm gonna use for that. And she notices that they don't really want things to change because, well, the world is peaceful, there are no wars, everyone smiles, everyone is laughing, they can have anything they want, they can ask literally for anything they want, and that hive mind cannot refuse it. It cannot lie, it cannot kill, and by that, it's not like kill a person or an animal. It cannot like an apple from a tree. It will eat the apple only if the apple falls from the tree, which is a pretty weird thing, but oh, okay. So yeah, these people, they don't really want things to change, which gets Carol a little bit angry. And well, she is not really friendly with any of them, but there is one person apart from Carol who wants things to change, and that person is Manusos, played by Carlos Manuel Vesca, who is in Paraguay. So I think we meet him at the second or third episode. I think at the third episode, because the second one is the meeting one, and the third one I think we start with him, and there's a call between these two. Very funny scene. By the way, there's quite a lot of humor in this, but we'll get to these kind of characteristics of the show later, but I thought it was very funny in some parts of the show. So yeah, Carol, she gets to communicate with that hive mind through a body, through a person who's not really a person, because she's literally everyone at the same time, like every other person there is. Yeah, you gotta get around to the concepts. It took me a little bit of time to get used to that, and that person is Zosia, played by Karolina Vidra. I don't know if it's Vidra or Wydra, but I think she's Polish, so I'm guessing Vidra. People please tell me in the comments, which by the way, pretty good in this, but I'm gonna talk about the performances a little bit later. So she communicates with her, asks a lot of questions, gets a lot of answers because Zosia cannot lie. If you've seen the show, you know the questions and the answers. If you haven't, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. And yeah, At some point, something happens between Carol and that hive mind that is quite a turning point in the development. I don't know why I cannot speak English today. In the development of Carol's character. This show is a very slow burn. The main criticism that I've heard around is that it was very slow, and yeah, there's not a lot that happens per se, but I think there's a lot of great dialogue in it. But there are some episodes where in the 40 minutes you get like 10 minutes of dialogue, and the rest we just have, you know, the camera following what Rhea Seahorn is doing there, and I am quite enjoying that. It's always really interesting to see how her character kind of navigates this new world that is nothing like the world we know. And it got me thinking, like, what would I do in her situation? Would I be like, okay, there are no wars and everyone seems happy, so it's fine, I can ask for whatever I want and I'll get it? Or will I be like, that's not right, people gotta have their own individualities. I gotta stop using complicated words. Their characteristics, what makes us different from each other, is also what makes us so close to each other. So if everyone is literally the same person, what's the point anyway? So I've been asking that question, what would I do if I was in their position? And I got no answer, to be fair. I really do not know what I would do. And yeah, I think it is a show that raises some quite interesting questions. There are a lot of messages hidden in some lines that are sometimes delivered in a comical way, but there are a few lines there that gets you to think about society at the moment. One thing that I really like about this show is, you know, the attention to detail. Vince Gilligan is really a great creator of the show, a great writer. Like, I adored what he did in Breaking Bad. I still gotta watch Better Call Saul. I know that Rhea Seahorn was in that. I am going to start it at some point. But there is really such a minutious attention to detail with the way the show will give you some small clues about what's gonna happen next just by some camera tricks, a little bit of lines, subtext hidden behind the lines, and that is all something that I adore. So the cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful looking show. The directing is great. So on all these points, the shows just gets almost everything right. There is one little thing. The conclusion of this first season, I liked it. I did not love it though, because how can I say it without spoiling a lot? It was not the most satisfying ending in the way that I'm like, okay, but what did we get? What information? What more can we have there? I think though that it is a pretty smart choice from the creators, because this gets me really hyped for season 2, because I'm like, okay, I didn't get everything that I wanted in this first season, so I want to get that for season 2. And it was kind of the same for Breaking Bad. I mean, the first season of Breaking Bad, the ending left me wanting for more, and I got that more from the rest of the show. That was splendid. So I do expect the same thing from Pluribus. And yeah, what was gonna happen with this hive mind, with Carol and Manusos and the other non-infected, there you go, not survivors, non-infected people, I am really curious. This is a very well done show. It's very good. It's not great yet, but I think it's gonna be in the next seasons. So I gotta talk about the performances here, because there are some very strong performances. First of all, Rhea Seahorn, she's excellent. I don't think I had seen her in anything before that. I know that she was, as I said earlier, in Better Call Saul, and she got nominated for Emmys a lot there, never won. But she's excellent in this show. very intense. You can actually see what she thinks most of the time by her facial expression, and her acting in the last 3 episodes was really beautifully done. Really made you love the character and hate it at some point. She really brought you all the layers of this character, just peeling off these layers like an onion. And also the characters, it's a very well written character, Goldsterk, in my opinion. So the writing of this show is very good. 2 other very good performances: Carolina Vidra as Zosha. She has to make it believable that she is everyone but talking via one body, and that just fucks with my mind a little bit, and she manages to make it very believable. So she was very good in it. And also Carlos Manuel Vesga, what this with the character Manusos, what this dude did. And there's like one episode where you get like 20 minutes of him. By the way, Manusos, I really like that character. Lots of determination from him. Like, there is, I think it's the 7th episode where the first 20-30 minutes are all about him, and that just gave me some There Will Be Blood the first 20-30 minutes of that movie, if you see what I'm saying. And that episode, these first 20 minutes, just told me everything I needed to know about his character, and his acting was great in it. He's a very good actor, Carlos Manuel Vesca. I think this show is gonna get nominated at the Emmys. I think it's a pretty fair bet. I think Best Drama Series, it's almost a lock for that. Rhea Seehorn is gonna get nominated in Best Actress in a Drama Series, and I think she's a contender for the win. I mean, there's gonna be Britt Lauer for Severance. I think Severance is coming back, except, you know, if Severance only comes back towards next December, then it would be for the 2027 Emmys. So I don't know exactly when Severance comes back, but I think it's early 2026. So there's gonna be Britt Lauer, who just won the Emmy for Severance. There's Kathy Bates and Matlock, who's a contender. Kerry Russell, The Diplomat. There are some shows we haven't seen yet. Maybe some other contender will come, but Rhea Seehorn is definitely a contender and might be the frontrunner right now. I think this show could also maybe get a supporting actor nomination. Maybe Carolina Vidra can get in. Like, I don't know. I would not predict her right now. Carlos Manuel Vesca, I don't think he's got enough episodes, but I think they both have some kind of shot. I think it's gonna get a directing nomination, writing, maybe. It's not winning Best Drama Series, I think, but it's definitely gonna get a lot of nominations. And if it should win something, it would probably be Rhea Seehorn, who also, from what I know, has this kind of overdue narrative. But well, we'll see. This was my review of the first season of Pluribus. I don't know if it was a good review or not. As I told you, I'm not used to do show reviews, even movie reviews. I'm just new to that. So tell me in the comments, please, what you thought of it. What do you think of the first season of Pluribus? And I will see you in another video. Don't forget to put a like and subscribe. I almost forgot that. Bye bye.